video is a cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. I am using her rolled flowers. I will leave a link down below. I already did one set that I cut out, and I'm doing another set on pink, but I just wanted to show you the process in case it got to be too long. So the process is, so I took the file, and on it comes, I think, 3 shapes of the rolled rolled flowers, and then all of the foliage. So I ungrouped the whole file, well, traced it, ungrouped the whole file, and then made it rather large. If you can see that they had the 3 patterns in one row, and then I repeated it 3 times, fit like this size, so that right there will give me 9. So that's what this is already, and I just simply took them, so I'll take one off of here, and what I've done to get them in the different sizes, as you see, it's just the strength of your roll. So this is what they look like, and you'll just start taking it from the center and kind of, okay, sorry about that. My battery died right when I was trying to explain how to roll them. So they come off the sheet as so, little spirals, and then I was showing you that I would just start almost like pin tucking it or rolling it, however they say, to do it on a tight manner, like making it really tight amongst itself. Don't get me wrong, also, if you do this cut file, this is going to be a very dimensional layout. So it may not work inside a page protector. So if you're someone that likes to frame a few of your layouts or have them on display, I used to do that in my old craft room, not in this one so far. You know, I would not do this cut file because it's dimensional. So you'll have them as so, and you can probably go a little tighter. The only reason I'm showing you both so you can go tighter, I would use hot glue to kind of keep the bud kind of going on, however tight you want, but you can see how dimensional they'll get. But how I've gotten these so far is that I've tucked this one, you know, and left it quite tight on itself, and then these were done a little looser, and then they become a little flatter. So I like the variety in doing that. So as I've held this one, once I let it go, it'll kind of be less dimensional and some form of these. I think like these two kind of like look at about the same size. So this was still done. The same 9 are here, and you can see the variety in sizes that you can get when they're tightly still wound together, and when they become a little bit looser, they do lose some of that dimension. Let me see if I can like tilt this so you can see a little bit about the dimension. So I wanted to set in white, and then I want to set in the pink. At first I thought I wanted to arrange them, so this is just me talking through my process, as a heart, you know, and kind of going like this. And I have to, after I take these off, I'll put in through the silhouette all the foliage for the leaves that I'll make on mint green, which I still kind of like. But I'm also next to me working on my memory planner and playing with the tie-dye paper collection that I got from Michael's. And then I came across this one, which is already kind of mixed media and has this like circle available in the center. And I thought to myself, what if I just make it into a wreath on this paper, and I don't even have to do the mixed media? And I'm not gonna lie, when I add more pink, I kind of love the way that looks. Like, isn't that already special? Like, I pretty much don't have to do anything afterwards. Put my picture in, add the foliage and a title, and this is probably the easiest come together layout ever on this. And this is a super special paper, and I'll show you the rest of it. It's actually called, in case anyone's curious, let me see. It's called the Pretty in Ink paper pad, and it's nothing but pastel tie-dye, and so that's the first sheet, and gold foiling. So I'm using another sheet of paper in my memory planner. So it's just tie-dye. And don't get me wrong, I am so into tie-dye right now. Like, I love it, that I've been gathering up shirts, white shirts and stuff from like Goodwill now that it's open again, so that I can like tie-dye the crap out of some clothes and have a lot of options. This is the paper I'm using in my memory planner this week. So it's a great paper pad. I picked it up using a 50% off coupon, so it was only $10. The gold foiling is on most pages, and there's some cut aparts. But I just love all of the tie-dye effects that it provides. So I'll be having this for a while sitting so that I can use it. Like, I even thought of putting it on this one, and it could be cool too, because at least it already has it, but it'll have not to say busyness, but it'll have the swirl in the center. And I just thought, to me, I also still need to showcase this gorgeous cut file that is good, and I could put my photo. I would probably print it, make sure it's black and white, but I put it against this one and I was like, no, that's it. It's a little bit more subtle, and I already cut it out on the pink. So that is where I'm loving this. So let me cut out the foliage. I'll roll these and I will show you how this comes together rather quickly, and I have to print my black and white photo. So, and this is how easy it comes off your mat. Like little springy springs. It looks like it got a little stuck there. I know it's time for me to get a new blade. I did order one on Amazon because for more intricate cut files, it was eating up the papers. So I know I need a new one. So that's where I'm at so far. So hold tight and I'll show you how this comes together. Okay, so I've printed my foliage on this great pattern paper from that same paper pad to have the tie-dye and the green. And then if you saw my video, I did a project for my sister and her birthday, and there was a few other photos that didn't make it in. So while I thought I would be using a black and white photo for this layout, I decided to go with one of the colored ones. This one I kept. So I like that it's bold colors at least, so this will be the photo for the center of the wreath, and you can see how cool the leaves will be. Look. Okay. So this is actually, and I was just reflecting, this is like a new kind of process video I've done, because I've never really talked real time through my process with you, but I hope you're enjoying this, just because I felt like it was fairly simple, and if I did it real time it would have been a very, very short video. So this is where we're at so far, and I think these are just gorgeous. I'm glad that, like, I flipped through that. I was like, I was going to use a solid cardstock, but we went with this one, and it makes it a little bit more unique because of the gold splatter as well. So even though format wise and composition it's fairly simple and classic, I feel like having the tie-dye background paper and the leaves cut out of this tie-dye paper really make the layout look a lot more complex than it really was. So speaking of, and I'll take these off afterwards, I also wanted to show you what I have to do for the rolls. So I was looking at it already when it was sitting, and I was like, how am I going to stick this down? Because in the back there's really like no, I could put a dollop of glue just like on the center and then let it be, which is still what I might do in order to adhere it to the paper. But I feel in order to keep however tightness I want in the flower itself, that I need a dollop of like hot glue on the outside. So I've had my hot glue kind of heating up next to me, and like I feel like right there could be a good use for this one, and so I'm going to put just a dollop and then here. Why I'm using hot glue is because while I do love my Scotch quick dry, it takes a little longer and I don't want to sit and hold these together for everyone, so every single one, so like that one will be for that. This one I do like where the tightness is, so I'll leave this one as so. There's a little dollop of glue. And then when I attach it, I feel like the attachment point, I'll put the glue there and then adhere it to the background paper. So those two are done. So I will hot glue these, and like I said, I'll bring you back and we'll see how this comes together. Okay, so I am going to just speed the rest of this up rather quickly to show you that I used a little dollop of hot glue on all my flowers, and I left the strength in the tuck different to have just a variety in the shapes, but they all stayed, rather, I don't know, maybe 2.5 was the biggest one, as you can see here. So these are all of them placed. I chose my title, and now I'm just kind of tucking all the foliage using my fine liner and Scotch quick dry glue. The Levitt title is from a Vicky Bouton collection, and I trimmed off my photo and rounded the corners and tucked it under there for this arrangement. And now looking at the layout done, I did kind of have the wreath kind of favor the lower right corner, but it's very subtle. I mean, it could have shifted to the upper left a little bit more, but when you start using hot glue, you can't, like there's very little move time. But I simply love the way this layout came out. I also like, if you see on the bottom left corner of the photo, I did 2 flowers together, a white and a pink, and it's just really cute. So I'll leave the link down below for this rolled roses cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, bye!